Okay, I've been rolling tape for almost 30 minutes and I've been stumped with how to start, what to say. What the hell am I thinking? Hey, how you doing? It's Micah B-Side here for another episode of B-Side Diaries. I hope you're doing good. It's June 3rd, 2025. I'm doing good. It's weird, yes, but I'm doing good. I've been going through a lot of shadow work, a lot of just deep dive stuff to try and get to the root of causes, so to speak. And it's not just the cause of the epilepsy. I'm not trying to cure my seizures per se, anything like that. It'd be nice. Yeah, great. Let's cure it if we can. But that's not the point for me right now. The point for me right now is to mitigate and manage the things in my life that cause me to have seizures. So, brief rundown recently, I had my tune-up. They turned up the power a little bit on my responsive neurostimulator, my pacemaker for the brain, so to speak. And it turns out that I've been having very regular seizures still. And even if when they're not full-blown seizures, it's this epileptic discharges, these pulses that are very, very active in my sleep. My epileptologist told me that I have one of the most active minds during sleep that he has ever seen. He's pretty surprised by it. And so that's where the biggest challenge is right now. As far as the seizure management goes, the RNS device, like a pacemaker, is going to send counterpulses to stop the seizures before they happen throughout the day. But there is a limit on how many counterpulses it sends, because too many counterpulses can be like too many seizures and cause brain damage in the long run. So we don't want that. So mine is set to 7,500 a day. 7,500 counterpulses. If it hits that limit before the reset in the morning, then I am susceptible to having a breakthrough. And that's what's been happening. About 4 a.m. or so, every morning, I have an increase in activity. And about once, maybe twice a month, pretty consistently toward the end of the month, I'll have a breakthrough seizure. About once a week or so, I'll have subclinical seizures that don't where I don't bite my tongue, anything like that. So that's where we're at right now. And when I do have those nocturnal breakthroughs, I am a wreck the next day. I'm a mess today because I had something happen last night. I can feel it. I'm fuzzy. I'm disoriented. And yeah, I was still fairly productive. Luckily, a lot of the self-healing work that I've been working on made it easier for me to recover, or continue recovering, I should say, rather than just going to sleep all day. Because a lot of times when it gets clinical, that's what happens. You're just so exhausted. So I'm not beating myself up on this anymore, though. I can't. This just is. And if I can minimize the input, the what do they call it? Fuck my hippocampus, man. Stimuli. That's the word I'm talking about. If I can manage the stimuli that I'm receiving throughout the day, then that's going to minimize the amount of times that counterpulse is being sent from the RNS device. So the better I can stay in flow state and be at peace, and not be in anxiety or survival mode, the better it's going to be for me, and the better chance I have of getting a better night's sleep and not having a seizure. So this requires, it's not just a pill. So here's the thing too, the pharmaceuticals that you take, the anti-seizure medication, which is, people need it. And as much as the epilepsy community can can hate on it, and I have in the past many times, because I'm very sensitive to medications and it doesn't work for me, but it works for a lot of people. So I need to say that. And not everybody has the same type of epilepsy I do either. Epilepsy is a huge umbrella term for various different types of seizure conditions. So I'm in the process now, in order to minimize that, my triggers to external stimuli. I got to look at why those triggers are happening. What that means is I got to look into my subconscious and look back even into the childhood to see how those triggers were created, where they were developed, how I was conditioned to fear certain things and love other things. So that has been a journey for me. One of the reasons I haven't been in contact, and one of the reasons it took me forever to fucking open up a microphone after rolling for 25, 27 minutes. Anyway, yeah. So I've been doing this, and it's interesting because I found that people I work with, some people roll with it, some people celebrate it, and then there's other people that are very uncomfortable with the changes that are going through me. And a lot of it is because, honestly, it's dissolving the ego. Okay? The ego is what is causing, or at least the source of a lot of the anxiety in me. And I would go so far to guess that happens for a lot of people too. Do I fear losing who I was? Do I fear not being able to do what I had done in the past? I did at first. My identity was crushed, and I didn't know what to do. I was a mess. But now I'm looking at it, and it's not going to redefine me. It's how I perceive myself to the world, how I show myself to the world, maybe. But if I'm comfortable in myself, so then it won't matter. I realized recently that I spent most of my life performing rather than participating in many, many ways. And a lot of it was trying to prove something to somebody or something based off of some slight that I had gotten when I was younger. And I've done some cool things. I've done a lot. And there were times where I was completely in the flow state, and none of that shit mattered. But there were many other times where it was a performance, where it was a I'll show you, or you know. But when I realized that all those thoughts and stuff of what people may or may not have thought about me was actually a mirror. When I look at them, I'm looking at a mirror of how I feel about myself. So I need to change that. And whether or not these things I'm working on are going to stop the seizures, I'll at least feel better about myself. I'll at least have a little more confidence, a little more curiosity, a lot more self-worth, self-control, and self-reliance, independence kind of thing. And yeah, so I'm done proving myself to anybody. I'm done trying to perform and be on stage and be center stage. I actually just requested a shift from the bud tender position at the dispensary I'm at down into the inventory room, just so I could have a little more privacy, and I don't feel like I have to be on stage all day. It's a good thing. I am scrambled. I apologize for this ramble. No, I don't apologize for this ramble. It's a ramble. I just had to open up the microphone because I hadn't opened up the microphone in so long. And it's one of those things. It's you overthink stuff, and I'm an overthinker. And you overthink stuff too long, and you never fucking get going. Get out the do it. Just do it. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. Doesn't matter if it's right. Just do it. Yeah, just put one foot in front of the other, That's the only way to get to the top of the mountain is to put one foot in front of the other. You can plan all you want. Sometimes you just got to get your ass out the door. And, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. I could have gone into radio again. Why did I even mention that? Oh, yeah, because my mind is wandering. But why? How? Did I do it for ego or did I do it for my soul? There's a lot I need to discover. I spent the last few months really diving deep and digging out those demons. And now it's time to console and relax and speak with the inner child in me and find out what lights my inner child. What lights up his soul? What lights up my soul? What were those things as a kid? There were so many things that clouded me from the fear and the trauma and all that bullshit that it's at least reflecting at the moment, I can't come up with anything that really was like, pow, that sparks my soul. You know what I mean? Star Wars action figures, maybe. I don't know. Camping trips. Yeah. So that's my new mission, is to find that. I'm still going to keep working on managing the seizure activity, stuff like that. But working on that inner kid and getting your place, your being from survival mode and reaction to safe mode and nurturing and growth mode and responsiveness. That's the goal. That's the goal. Because from there, that will give me more space in myself and my life for the love and the strength and the health and the power. And it will help me remove the things that are taking up space, like the fear and the regret. There's a great quote I'm going to share, and then I'm going to get out of here. When you think too much, you make yourself heavy. And when you're heavy, you cannot fly. So detach from the outcomes. Know that all is going to be well. Know that you will always be safe in your heart. And know that I love you. You guys take care. Try fast. Take chances. Unexpect the expected. And remember, it's all in our head. Much love. Mad gratitude.